So if you've been following K-pop news recently, then you probably heard of a girl named Gyuri leave Fromis 9. Now, what's Fromis 9 and who exactly is Gyuri? And if you're asking that, then no worries because that's exactly why she left her group. And also, what does IZONE, Le Sserafim, and NewJeans have to do with this? Well, wait till the end of the video to find out. If you're a fan of Fromis 9 and you've been following some of their reality content on YouTube, then you probably saw this coming, because Gyuri never seemed to enjoy herself in Fromis 9, and it really showed from the very beginning of their group. So back in 2017, Gyuri competed in a show called Idol School, which was kind of a copycat of the more famous Produce 101 show. And in the show, she was known as a lookalike of Jisoo, Blackpink's Jisoo. And at the end of the show, she barely made it into the group. But the show overall didn't do that well. It had some controversy for prioritizing pretty girls over everything. But to be honest, that's most shows. And just after a few months after debuting from that terrible show, she jumped onto another competition show, the more famous Produce 48, which produced IZ*ONE. Now, that jump should already tell you that she wasn't that committed to her group, whether it was from the fact that she didn't like what kind of group she was in or because of her members. But her story in Produce 48 was even worse. If you guys watched Produce 48, you know that her actions with some of her team members led to her being seen as a bully. And also she had a stage which will go down in history as one of the worst competition stages in history. Mnet, everyone's favorite production studio, pretty much destroyed her by abusing one of her voice cracks and repeating it nearly 15 times. Now looking back, we know that IZ*ONE and all of these produced shows were rigged by Mnet, because of bribery and all that kind of stuff. But it was still clear that, even without the money, Mnet still wasn't a fan of Gyuri, which is why they evil edited her to the max. And after that stage, she pretty much went downhill. She flunked in the ranks, her chances of debuting in a bigger, popular group failed, and she became the joke of the town. So Produce 48 basically slapped her on the face and she was forced back into Fromis 9, which eventually got overlooked by IZ*ONE, which was formed out of Produce 48. And IZ*ONE was a big girl group. They were pretty much one of the biggest girl groups in the 4th gen. And the issue became that Fromis 9 and IZ*ONE they were housed under the same company called Off the Record. Fromis 9 and IZ*ONE, they were the only two groups of that company. And honestly, when you're off the record, you're going to want to make a lot of money off whichever group can get you that money. And IZ*ONE was that group. Fromis 9 pretty much had long periods of time where they didn't do promotions. And even if they did do promotions, the songs didn't do that well. It didn't do that well. And then Gyuri's big wish comes true, which is on April 2021, IZ*ONE finally disbands. This is the time when Fromis 9 can finally pop out, right? Well, just a few months later, Pledis Entertainment buys their company, and the company pretty much has this whole rearranging where the girls aren't able to do any proper promotions, blah blah blah, and just as they're trying to come back, Le Sserafim happens. And guess what? Le Sserafim just happens to have two former IZ*ONE members, and Le Sserafim just pops off in terms of attention. Now again, Gyuri's just like, oh, well, I guess our group has to wait another chance. But Le Sserafim's Karam has a whole story going on. So Gyuri's like, maybe this could be my chance? But HYBE and Pledis would have different plans, and that plan was NewJeans. Now, if you've been on K-pop recently, you know that NewJeans is going viral on Twitter and Instagram because, of their looks, because of how young the girls are, how stylish. And the girls are only going to be growing from here. Meanwhile, Fromis 9 is 5 years old. They're not getting any younger. And we can only expect HYBE to focus on the newer groups. Now, I'm sure Gyuri already planned leaving the group, maybe a full year before this happened. But the timing pretty much shows that Gyuri saw this as her last straw. She saw that her group was going to get no more attention. If her group doesn't get attention, she wouldn't either. Because to be honest, she's not the most popular member in her group. And NewJeans will only take off from here. So to quickly summarize all the points I made, from the fact that she wasn't satisfied with idol school and Fromis 9, the fact that there were more popular girl groups like IZONE, Le Sserafim, and now NewJeans, and the fact that HYBE, Pledis, and Off the Records were not willing to sell Fromis 9 but rather other girl groups, are some of the reasons why Cutie's now leaving her group. Tell me what you guys think. Do you guys agree? Disagree? Do you think maybe there's other reasons that could have been involved? Whatever it is, leave your thoughts and comments down below in the comment section, and make sure to leave a like and subscribe to our channel, Offbeat Koreans. And as always, thanks for watching.